As a content creator, are you a little frustrated with ChatGPT by now? I mean, at first it sounded like an amazing tool for coming up with new ideas and even writing your content for you. Until you tried it. I bet the stuff it spit out was just boring, right? But wait, don't give up. It is possible to use ChatGPT to generate an almost infinite supply of new ideas, and I'm gonna show you how. Also, I'll give you a powerful hack that will unlock even more possibilities for coming up with ideas. It's like infinity in 3 dimensions. So let's start with something simple. I didn't invent this one, and you see a lot of ChatGPT gurus suggesting this kind of prompt. Now, don't get me wrong, it works, and it can give you some good ideas. But for me, though, it's just scratching the surface. So for our first idea generation prompt, we're going to specify the topic, a focus area or subtopic, and an ideal viewer. For example, let's make our topic hair care. Our subtopic will be inexpensive or drugstore products, and our target audience is women over 40. Give me some video topic ideas on hair care with a focus on inexpensive or drugstore products aimed at women over 40. Frizz control and smoothing tips for mature hair, affordable products and techniques. Best budget-friendly tools for styling mature hair, brushes, curling irons, and hair dryers. Affordable hair care tips for fine and thinning hair in your 40s. Actually, that yielded some pretty good results. And while ChatGPT is presenting these as video titles, we're more interested in the idea or concept. We can always refine the title later. With a little creativity, you could turn almost all of these suggestions into good content. And the great thing is, you've got a very specific user in mind here, so older women on a budget will feel seen and are more likely to relate to your videos. Now, targeting the ideal user doesn't always provide better prompts. Let me show you. What are some video title ideas that combine woodworking and modern technology that would appeal to men in their 20s who have some woodworking experience already? So we get mastering modern woodworking techniques, a tech-infused journey. Woodworking in the digital age, harnessing technology for stunning creations. Okay, so we've got 2 problems here. First, there's nothing about these ideas that are specific to men in their 20s. I mean, that's not necessarily a problem, but it does show that specifying the ideal user doesn't always help. The other problem is that these topics are really vague. If you're a fan of woodworking, are you really going to watch something called Mastering Modern Woodworking Techniques, a tech-infused journey? And boy, ChatGPT really loves colons, don't they? But anyway, there's nothing there to make me click. Even if we decide this title needs some work, the topic is just way too broad. So don't be afraid to ask ChatGPT to get more specific. Hey, ChatGPT, same prompt, but be specific about the technology being used. Okay, that's way better. We've got 3D printing for woodworkers, creating intricate designs and custom components. Precision woodworking with CNC routers, mastering the art of digital crafting. Now again, those are titles, but we don't need to use those titles. It's more the ideas. Now, there's no mention of men in their 20s, but who cares? We're getting some ideas we can actually turn into videos. Okay, enough with that. Let's take the training wheels off and get serious. First, let's consider the idea of opposites. Viewers have preconceived ideas about certain topics. If you show them the obvious, it won't stand out. But if you show them something they think isn't true or is the wrong way to do something, it will leap off the screen. Here's an example. If I made a video called Beginner Guitar, Learn These 3 Chords First, you're gonna scroll right past it, even if you want to learn to play the guitar. Now, if I made a video called Beginner Guitar, Practice the riffs, skip the chords, that'd get your attention. You're intrigued because it's not what you expected to hear. This is what gets people watching your video. But here's the thing, ChatGPT didn't give me those titles. It gave me a list of guitar subtopics and their opposites. It was up to me to make the connection and turn that into a possible video idea. And that's where people get frustrated with ChatGPT. They think that the results either need to be all or nothing. Either it's the perfect idea or it's complete crap. It's your job as a creator to add that human spark of connection. So, let's try this out and do some baking. Okay, name 10 subtopics around the topic of baking, and for each, name an activity that might be considered its opposite. So let's look at this pairing here. Cake decorating. Opposite activity, minimalist dessert presentation. I could see a video along the lines of ditch the decorations, easy minimalist cake baking. That might appeal to people who get frustrated with cake decorating. How about this one? Cookie baking, opposite activity, savory snack preparation. So we could create a video where we made savory snacks but called them cookies. That sets up a question in the viewer's mind because cookies aren't savory. Maybe a title along the lines of anchovy cookies and other savory sweets. Now remember, we're not just looking for video ideas. We are looking for ideas that people will actually click on and watch. Messing with their expectations is a great way to get noticed. Now the next prompt is similar, but often yields really different results. For this, you should ask ChatGPT for ideas that contradict a commonly held belief or concept. To do this, think of what people generally believe to be true about your subject area. For example, if your channel subject area is vintage cars, let's say, your viewers might think that a vintage car appreciates in value over time and is a good investment. Use that idea to get some ideas that contradict that commonly held belief. So let's try it. Name some ideas for videos that contradict the concept of vintage cars appreciating in value and being a good investment. These are some interesting ideas. The resale reality. Do vintage cars lose value over time? Maintenance nightmares. Unveiling the high costs of restoring vintage cars. Crunching the numbers. Calculating the true cost of owning a vintage car. There's all those colons again, but whatever, ChatGPT. And by the way, if you're not sure what the commonly held beliefs are for your subject area, then just ask. No, don't ask me, ask ChatGPT. I don't know anything about vintage cars, so I asked for 10 commonly held beliefs about owning a vintage car. The investment thing came from the AI. Now, let's talk about attributes. In other words, words you would use to describe something. You can use an attribute word in your prompt to generate really cool ideas. Let me show you with an example. Okay, name some video ideas that incorporate the concept of speed, which is the attribute here, combined with makeup application. Now the results here are interesting and may or may not be useful to you because they're not all about speeding things up for the viewer. Many of the suggestions are actual video formats, like doing time lapses or making a speed makeup challenge. If you don't want video format ideas, you can always specify that the attribute applies to the viewer. So here's another one. All right, name some video ideas that incorporate the concept of portability combined with the art of dance. That's pretty random, right? So we get portable dance studio. Create a video showcasing the setup and transformation of a portable dance studio. Okay. Dance in unexpected places. Feature a series of videos where dancers perform in unconventional and unexpected locations. So like I said, a lot of those are more video format ideas rather than ideas for the viewer, but you know, it can be useful. Again, we're generating ideas. So another useful attribute is the word extreme. So like we could say, please provide some extreme examples of fitness workouts. Wow, so many great results. I mean, you should use your head before attempting some of these, but just about any of these ideas would get your viewers to click. So other attributes you could use are like short, easy, simple. Like for example, please provide some video ideas for jewelry making, but make the ideas small, brief, or super easy to do. I get suggestions for how to make wire-wrapped crystal pendants, beaded stretch bracelets, a dainty charm necklace, stackable rings. I don't even know what stackable rings are, but people love simple and easy, so this is a great attribute to use. Now, I could give you a whole list of great attribute words to use in this basic prompt formula, but we're thinking too small here. Okay, here's where our infinite idea generator goes all three-dimensional. You can come up with your own attribute words, or even better, have ChatGPT generate a list, either positive or negative words. Then plug those into the original prompt like this. Give me 10 negative attribute words that are applicable to the activity. Is it applicable or applicable? Applicable, that's probably fine. Okay, give me 10 negative attribute words that are applicable to the activity of building a computer from component parts. I get complicated, tedious, costly, time-consuming. Okay, so let's go with time-consuming. Let's plug that one in. Now, if you're using a negative attribute, you might want to specify that the video idea not be that attribute, that it's not tedious, not complicated, etc. But try it either way and see what you get. Okay, here we go. Name some video ideas about the activity of building a computer from component parts that incorporate the concept of it not being time-consuming. So these ideas all turned out pretty much the same though, so let's make our robot friend dig deeper. Now, mind you, I have no idea how to assemble a computer myself. All right, ChatGPT, please be more specific about particular subtasks with PC building. Subtasks, that's a big word. All right, what do we got here? We've got quick CPU installation, time-saving techniques for processor setup, swift storage solutions, fast and easy SSD/HDD integration. I have no idea what that is. Effortless cooling setup, time-saving strategies for CPU cooling. Ooh, nice, that would be lovely in summer. Wow, you could do 5 videos from that one prompt. Okay, so I know I've given you a lot of information so far. If you're like me, trying to remember details like this from a video can be a little challenging, or at least challenging for me. So in the video notes, I'm going to put a reminder list of these prompts so that you can screenshot them or copy and paste them or whatever, but I'm going to put them in a shorthand that only people who've watched the video will understand. It's kind of like a secret code because I want people to watch the video. So feel free to use these as much as you want. However, idea generation isn't the only way ChatGPT can be useful to content creators. I made an earlier video about all the ways I use ChatGPT to help with the process of video production. See this rectangle right here? Click it.